Alright, so what I'm going to do is start working with this shape right here for a while. And just kind of playing around, showing you some stuff. So I like this piece. What I want to do is now take it and mirror it in X. So I want to make sure that it's mirrorable in X. And what that means is right now it's mirrorable in X, but this is X, my right hand side. What I want to do is rotate this around. So I'm going to rotate it just a little bit and then type in a number of 90 degrees over here. And that's going to be, now the X is on this side. Okay. So if a part is mirrorable on X, that's more what you need to do when you're developing a character. And if I look at this thing, it kind of looks like a head. If you kind of use your imagination, it's got this weird thing going off the top. Maybe it's some kind of robotic alien symbionite or whatever, but it's got the head properties. It's got terrible topology for something sculptable, that's for sure, because of these edge loops that go in here. But you know, when I smooth it out in 3, I kind of can use my imagination and see some kind of head shape. I'm not going to model it all the way through, but I want to show you some tricks here. One, I rotated it, okay? So now it's not mirrorable in X. It's rotated and it has some history behind it. What I would need to do now is, after I rotate it and have it mirrorable in X, I need to now edit mesh, delete by type history, and then modify freeze transformation. And if you look on this 90 degrees over here, what this freeze transformation does, it zeroes that out. So now this part is perfectly mirrorable on X. Okay, now what I want to do is show you some selection tricks along with that. So handle 2 things. Here's what I see all the time. I see face, and students go in here and start highlighting these faces, face. And I even catch myself doing that most of the time. It's all what I need to do at the time of modeling. But here's another alternative. So let's look at this. Side view, hit F. Here's my side view, and here's my perspective view. So here's an edge ring. So we'll take an edge, hold Control, and right click. This will give me my selection properties. If I go to edge ring utilities and go to edge ring, it highlights all the edges going around that ring. So it's kind of like a loop, but in reverse of the thought. It's not a loop that goes around, it's the vertical edges that go around. Then if I hold Control and right click, I can go 2 faces, and go 2 faces, and that'll highlight all the faces that go around. Now the only bad thing about this, I got an extra step now because I have to show you deselection. So let's go into the other view and look at what deselection means. So if I go to this and hold Control and left click around here, I can now use this lasso tool to deselect everything. Okay, so there's a few thousand ways to do things. So you can highlight faces all the way around. You can go to edge ring around and deselect them. But what's really nice about this is I'm using parts from one complex structure and going in here and using them as a duplicate. Because now when I take this blue arrow, I have this. So I made another complex piece of geometry off of the other complex piece. And if I take that and go into object mode and extrude it, I can add some thickness to it. Nice. So that's a very good way to do that. Another thing is there's no selection tricks in the book that I know of that I can make this any less painful. So I'm highlighting the faces here. There's no edge ring or edge loop trick in that area. This is just a patch of geometry. But again, what's really nice is that duplicate face command. And duplicate that off. Alright. Now, one last thing before I show you the next little part. What I want to do is take this face right here and just extrude it in. Just like that. If I go 3 on the keyboard, got something that looks like that. Maybe I want to harden that piece up in that area, so I edit mesh, insert edge loop, and I insert an edge loop here and here. Good. Looks a little bit better. It cleans up the geometry in that area. Okay, the reason I did that, because in the next video, what if I wanted to put the exact same eye on this other side, and what if I wanted to put all these other forms on the other side? So I'll make a small change on this thing too. I'll extrude this face out, this face out, and this face out. So what I want to do in the next video is show you how you can make it so all these changes mirror over.